Tonight, you'll probably sleep in a warm bed, behind solid walls, wrapped in comfortable blankets. If you get cold, you can turn on the heat. If you get hungry, there's food waiting in your kitchen. Winter has become little more than an inconvenience. Imagine waking up tomorrow and every modern comfort is gone. No heater, no warm clothes, no supermarket, no house. Just you and a winter cold enough to kill you before sunrise. Winter didn't need claws. It didn't need sharp teeth. It didn't need to chase you. It only had to wait, while your body slowly lost its heat. Your fingers become numb. Your legs stop responding. Your thoughts become slower. Eventually, you don't even realize you're dying. That's what hypothermia does. The animals around you were built for this world. Mammoths had thick fur. Arctic foxes grew winter coats. Bears could hibernate. Humans had almost nothing. So by every rule of nature, our species should have failed. Yet somehow, we survived. Not for one winter, but for thousands of them. How? To understand how humans survived, we first need to understand what winter was really trying to steal. It wasn't your food. It wasn't your shelter. It was something far more important. Your body heat. Winter doesn't usually kill you in a single moment. It wins slowly, 1 degree of body heat at a time. While you barely notice it's happening, every second, your body is producing heat. But every second, the freezing air is trying to steal it away. The colder the world becomes, the faster you lose that battle. The wind stripped away warmth from your skin. Frozen ground pulled heat from your feet. Wet animal hides made everything even worse. Winter attacked your body from every direction. As your body temperature dropped, your hands stopped working. Your muscles weakened. Your thoughts became slower. Eventually, your own brain could no longer recognize the danger. That was the terrifying part. Most animals didn't have this problem. Mammoths grew thick layers of fur. Arctic foxes changed their coats with the seasons. Even bears could simply sleep through the worst months. Humans had none of those advantages. Nature never gave humans thicker fur. So humans did something far more remarkable. Instead of changing their bodies, they changed the world around them. And it all began with fire. For ancient humans, fire wasn't a luxury. It wasn't comfort. It wasn't entertainment. It was the difference between seeing another sunrise or never waking up again. Fire gave humans something no other Ice Age predator possessed: control. It gave them light after sunset, warm meals, safer camps, and a place where families could gather, even while winter raged outside. Archaeologists have discovered carefully built fireplaces dating back tens of thousands of years. Some burned at temperatures above 600 degrees Celsius, hot enough to cook food, harden wooden tools, and keep entire families alive. But winter created another problem. Wood wasn't always easy to find, especially across the frozen grasslands. So humans became surprisingly resourceful. When firewood was scarce, they even burned animal bones and fat to keep the flames alive. But even fire had limits. You couldn't carry it while hunting. You couldn't wrap it around your body. The moment you stepped away from the flames, winter was waiting. So humanity faced another impossible challenge. If warmth couldn't travel with you, how could you survive once you left the fire behind? The answer was already running across the frozen landscape, covered in fur. Even the warmest clothing had limits. You could wear fur all day, but sooner or later, you had to stop. You had to rest. You had to sleep. And winter was still waiting outside. Even the warmest clothing had limits. You could wear fur all day, but sooner or later, you had to stop. You had to rest. You had to sleep. And winter was still waiting outside. So humans built homes from whatever winter left behind. Massive mammoth bones became frames. Animal hides became walls. The world's largest animals helped protect the people who hunted them. But bones alone couldn't keep anyone alive. The real secret was insulation. People packed earth, moss, grass, and layers of animal hide into every gap. Anything that could trap warm air became valuable. Even snow became an ally. It feels freezing to the touch. Yet fresh snow traps countless tiny pockets of air. Enough snow around a shelter could actually help keep the inside warmer. Sometimes, the cold itself became insulation. Even the doorway mattered. Many winter shelters were built with entrances lower than the sleeping area. Cold air naturally sank toward the entrance, while precious warmth stayed where the family rested. Thousands of years before physics, humans were already using it. Shelter protected your warmth, but walls couldn't feed you. A fire burns wood. Your body burns food. And winter made both incredibly difficult to find. A shelter could protect your body, but it couldn't create heat. Only your body could do that. And every heartbeat, every breath, every step through the snow burned precious energy. Winter changed the entire menu. The berries were gone. The roots were buried beneath frozen ground. Many animals migrated south. Finding food became another battle for survival. A successful hunt wasn't simply dinner. It was insurance. One large animal could keep an entire family alive for weeks if they planned carefully. Today, many people avoid fat. During the Ice Age, fat was often the most valuable part of the animal because fat meant energy, and energy meant heat. In fact, eating only lean meat could become dangerous. Without enough fat, the human body struggles to survive. Modern scientists even have a name for it: rabbit starvation. Nothing was wasted. Meat was dried, sometimes smoked, sometimes frozen naturally by the winter itself. Bone marrow was cracked open. Organs were eaten. Every calorie mattered. Animals hunted for today. Humans hunted for next month. Every successful hunt was really a promise to your future self. But even with plenty of food, your body still needed something else. And strangely, one of the biggest challenges of winter existed everywhere you looked: water. Winter covered the world with snow, frozen rivers, frozen lakes, endless fields of ice. It looked like water was everywhere. But appearances can be deceiving. You might think the simplest solution was to eat the snow. But that could actually make things worse, because your body had to spend precious heat, melting every mouthful. The colder you became, the more dangerous that decision was. In other words, a world covered in snow could still leave you dehydrated and even colder than before. Instead, people melted snow beside the fire, collected water from flowing streams whenever they could, and relied on moisture from food when fresh water was difficult to find. Every drop was earned. Food gave your body energy. Water kept it alive. But winter still had one more way to slowly break you down: your own body. By now, you had fire, warm clothing, shelter, food, water. You had done almost everything right. But winter still wasn't finished with you. Winter didn't always kill quickly. Sometimes it simply took a finger or a toe. Frostbite could permanently damage frozen tissue, even if you survived the cold itself. Then there was the snow. Fresh snow reflects enormous amounts of sunlight. Without protection, hours of exposure could painfully damage your eyes. That's why some ancient people carved narrow eye slits into pieces of bone or wood. Even the fire that kept you alive could slowly hurt you. Inside a small shelter, wood smoke filled the air. Night after night, your lungs paid the price. A small cut, a cracked hand, a blister from walking through snow. Today, they're minor problems. During the Ice Age, they could become life-threatening infections. Surviving winter wasn't just about staying warm. It was about keeping your body working day after day. Because even the smallest mistake could slowly become the biggest one. And that's exactly why no one survived an Ice Age winter alone. No matter how skilled you were, there was one thing you could never do alone. Survive an Ice Age winter. Someone had to keep the fire alive. Someone repaired clothing. Someone watched the children. Someone prepared food. Someone stood guard through the night. Survival was never a one-person job. The most valuable member of the group wasn't always the strongest hunter. Sometimes it was the oldest person. Because before books, every elder carried an entire lifetime of experience. They remembered where the reindeer migrated, which valleys flooded, how to stitch warmer clothing, where food had been buried. Every lesson remembered made the next winter a little less deadly. Animals passed survival through instinct. Humans passed it through stories. Every generation inherited more than food, more than tools. They inherited knowledge. Nature changes bodies over thousands of generations. Humans changed ideas in a single conversation. That became our greatest advantage. But even knowledge couldn't defeat every winner. Sometimes, nature still won. For all of humanity's intelligence, there were still winters that no amount of planning could overcome. Sometimes the herds never came. Sometimes the storms lasted too long. Sometimes the food simply ran out. And survival became a matter of impossible choices. Archaeologists have found evidence that during some desperate periods, certain groups may have resorted to cannibalism. Not because they wanted to, but because starvation left almost no alternatives. Not every group fought winter by standing their ground. Some followed migrating animals, moving hundreds of miles across the landscape. Others returned to places where food and fresh water were more reliable. Sometimes, the smartest way to survive winter was simply knowing when to leave. Winter never stopped testing humanity. It simply forced us to become better prepared, generation after generation. Today, winter feels very different. We step into warm houses. We turn on heaters. We put on insulated jackets. Hot meals are only a few minutes away. Most of us never have to think about simply surviving the night. But every one of those comforts has a history. Someone learned how to control fire. Someone discovered how to stitch animal hides together. Someone realized snow could help insulate a shelter. Someone survived long enough to pass that knowledge on. Our ancestors didn't leave us money, or machines, or written instructions. They left something even more valuable: ideas. Each generation added another piece, until surviving winter became easier than ever before. Winter never became weaker. Humans became wiser. Not because we grew thicker fur, not because we became stronger than nature, but because we never stopped learning. And every winter we survived made the next one a little less deadly. That's why we're still here.